Thursday. And then everybody on Facebook, same to you. It's good to have you all here today. I'm going to ask if Ashley and Angela and Letiza can bring your questions over. So if you have questions, please by all means ask them and we'll bring them over. And with that, I'm going to start with Letiza.
Hello, everyone. Welcome again.
Giovanni.
So we will continue to speak about Primatek colors. We are still on the range of browns, reddish brown, some kind. So, and our 6 colors here are the latest Primatek introduced in the market. There is red japper, and then we have Minnesota pipestone. So this is a red japper. Minnesota pipestone. Then we have Sedona. Okay. We have Piemontite. Available in three formats. So the little one and the ticks. Very, very useful for the ticks. And then we have the 2 tiger's eyes. So tiger's eyes and burn tiger's eyes. So these 6 are very, very interesting. And you can find, as always, the little one comes from this box. As always, the dog card is included. So you can find in the syllab the comparison of all these 6 colors. And on these 6 colors, you can also find the complements. For example, for red japper, you have a complementary color of manganese blue. The Minnesota pipestone has the complementary of Mayan blue genuine and manganese blue. And then we have the Sedona that has a complementary color, the cerulean blue chromium. And then we have Piemontite. You don't find the complementary color, so it's none. And then you have the tiger's eye genuine. It has the Mayan dark blue. So this is the regular color. And the burnt tiger's eyes has the cerulean blue, not the chromium one. So the thing is that you may find that red japper, Minnesota, Sedona, and tiger's eyes and tiger's eyes, sorry, are non-staining colors, while Piemontite and burnt tigers are low-staining colors. Only the Piemontite is in series 4, so this is the much precious one. And all of them are naturally granulating. And most of them, they are semi-transparent. So tiger's eye and burnt tiger's eye, you will see, are very, very transparent. So you have to use a lot of paint to have the mesh tone. And you can find them. So you can also find the location of the mine in our brochure. So red jappers come from India, and Minnesota pipestone is a red clay, and you can find this is originated in Minnesota, and Sedona is you can find in Arizona. It is a natural red ochre. Then we have Piemontite. This is comes from Alaska, but we can also find in Italy, in Val d'Aosta, in Piemonte. Piemonte is the region that gives the name of Piemontite. Tiger's eye comes from South Africa. And so now let's start to Giovanni to show the wet colors. Meanwhile, in the dry colors are here. So you can find Minnesota here, red japper, Sedona, Piemontite, tigers and bird tigers. And also in another paper, the same. Minnesota here, red japper, Sedona, Piemontite, tigers and bird tigers. So the effect is always different from paper to paper. The granulation is always different from paper to paper, water to water, and have fun. So now Giovanni is painting something. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, zoom. it's perfect. Okay. Okay, starting with the first color, this range is very, very versatile for the landscape, especially for the American desert, for I get red inside the shade. And starting with the first is a red jasper. It's beautiful for the color of Monument Valley, for example. Applying this is very strong color, like more zoom. Sorry. Okay. Very beautiful shade. And apply the line for check the transparency. And the wet, oops, sorry. The drops is not fast opening, remain stable and don't have a point or creating a hole. Very, very stable and beautiful, beautiful shade. The second color is Minnesota Pipestone. Is another beautiful shade for the landscape. Is more the range is very, very light and beautiful. This color is more perfect to red jasper for Monument Valley for the light effect. And the wet.
This is Sedona.
Yeah, yeah. It's wet. Oops, sorry.
Okay, go.
Check the drops.
This is Minnesota.
It's very, very fast and creating this light around, and the point is opening after. It's very beautiful effect. Okay, and check the line for the transparency of the Minnesota. Very, very light. Okay, and check out another color is the Sedona. Is the same range. Sedona for me is considered the dark of color or shade for Minnesota. It's perfect. Look around here is very, very similar. One dark and one light. And wet drops. Because it's the same effect create the whole around and have it remain the 1 point in the center. Okay, go to the fourth color. A piece of paper. Okay, read my line. Is Piemontite. First is taken from the tube.
Yeah.
It's very, very strong. Beautiful for the dark shade. The same landscape and wet. Drops is very fast to opening and perfect. And check the same color but in sticks. Take my Piemontite sticks and apply. Very light in this mode. Wet. And create this effect. Is very, very beautiful dark shade of this color. Another color on the list is the two tigers' eye. The first is tiger's eyes.
These are considered as ornamental rocks.
Yeah, is a little
Protection rock.
little greenish shade. And the wet effect. It's not too fast to move.
It's slow.
Very, very slow and stable. And the last is bar tiger eye. Very, very strong color. The wet effect. Is more little fast with respect on the difference on tiger side, but is very, very stable and beautiful, beautiful shade. And thank you, John. And now create the check the stone effect with this range of color during the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Giovanni. Those are very nice.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Welcome, Erkin.
Hello, Erkin.
Hello. Thank you, Joe. Hello, John. Hello, everyone. It's great to be here again. And for today's session, I again prepared a swatch card to explore these 6 Primatek colors that I find especially interesting because of their earthy and natural character. What really draws me to these pigments is how closely they relate to real landscapes. Since they made from mineral sources, they don't just give flat color as our normal colors. They naturally create texture, variation, and slightly unpredictable movement in the wash. And which I personally love it when painting. On the left side of my card, I painted simple gradations again to better understand how each color behaves from dark to light. Starting with red jasper genium. This is a strong earthy red with a slightly muted quality. And again, I would use this pigment, this color for rock formations mainly, canyon landscapes, warm soil, rooftops, and brick structures. This color reminds me to paint these materials. Next color, Minnesota pipestone genium, which feels a bit softer and more subdued. For me, this is perfect for dusty pads, dry earth, subtle skin tones maybe for figure painting. and quiet landscape passages where you don't want too much intensity. Our third color, Sedona Union, has a beautiful warm orange tone, this one, and very reminiscent of sunlit desert landscapes. When I test this color, I immediately think of sunlit cliffs, canyon walls, warm buildings, and glowing evening light when I use this color. Then we have Primatek Union, which is slightly deeper and more complex. I think it works beautifully for shadowed rocks, darker earth tones, tree bark, and areas where you need a richer and more dramatic natural color. Our fifth and sixth tiger's eye colors. Fifth one, tiger's eye genius, is a very unique, soft, neutral with granulation, and it creates beautiful texture. I like especially this color for sand, weathered surfaces, stone paths, and soft transitions in landscapes. And the finally last color, burnt tiger's eye genius. It's deeper and warmer, and this color is excellent for strong shadows, dark rocks, tree trunks again, some wooden elements, and adding depth to earthy compositions. On the right side of my swatch card, I explored how these colors behave with pyrrole orange, permanent, alizarin crimson, and perlin violet. I mixed these 6 colors with these 3. When mixed with pyrrole orange, the colors become more vibrant and warm orange tones. These mixtures are especially great for sunlit landscapes, wooden texture again in some areas, warm rocks, glowing skies, and coastal scenes during golden hour. With permanent alizarin crimson, the mixtures shift into richer reds and slightly cooler tones. I find these combinations very useful for dramatic skies. Sometimes maybe for floral objects and autumn foliage and expressive landscape accents. And when combined with perlin violet, the colors become deeper and more intense, creating beautiful dark mixtures. And these are perfect for strong shadows, night scenes, and maybe for moody skies, and adding contrast and depth to a painting. With the colors, some of these colors, I made this oak different icon today, and now I continue to paint this pine cone using mainly these colors. Especially, of course, there are some other colors, yellow ochre, but mainly these colors I use. And I will continue painting. If you pass to another ambassador, after the end, I will show my progressive.
Very nice, Erkin.
Thank you. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Erkin. And now we welcome Angela. It's amazing how I heard Erkin use the word romantic as well for his
Yeah.
palette. It started
Thank
with
you.
you, Angela.
At Daniel Smith, we are all very romantic, I think.
Huh?
So, hi everybody. Today, more romantic reds. These are not the standard red, but I love these this type of reds. So, as you know, as Leticia has presented them very well, and we have the tiger's eye, the burnt tiger's eye, and Piemontite. I love this color very much. I use it a lot because of its red tones and also the granulation, the extreme granulation. So red jasper, I haven't used it much and I really love it, red jasper. It's very thick. The Minnesota pipestone is very delicate. So for some things, maybe it's good. Oops. Yeah. So I'll show you some of the swatches that I've done. As you can see, well, this one, for example, this one at the bottom, here, this one, has incredible granulation, which is what I like. Sedona is incredibly granulating and mixed with Piemontite. I love the textures that he created. Tiger's eye and burnt tiger's eye here. Jasper, also a lovely, lovely color with Minnesota pipestone and burnt tiger's eye and some more details. Here's only tiger's eye. It has a tone of green, I feel, right? Jasper, another beauty. Jasper. I don't know if you can see the granulation. Maybe my camera is not so clean because it doesn't seem very clean. Sedona and tiger's eye here. And I love this one, Jasper and Piemontite. Look at the depths and all the how they mix. You don't know where one starts and when the other finishes. I think that here Piemontite took over a bit, but there is Jasper underneath, so two reds, two beautiful reds. And this one, Minnesota pipestone and Sedona, also beautiful effects. Yeah. It was starting to make some granulations, but the paper was not wet enough, I feel. And the last one, burnt tiger's eye and Piemontite, also beautiful effects. So I will try to paint. Let me clean this a little bit. I think that the camera is not too clean. Sorry. I hope I have cleaned it. I want to do a landscape and use these colors and some of others. In this landscape, I didn't mix with other colors like blues or greens or any other colors. But in my landscape, I would like to use them here. This is not a complicated landscape. It's like a rock, well, a mountain with a rock. A person sitting there in the highest point, and then in the background you can see some mountains. I don't know if you see there are some browns. I think that all these Primateks will be fantastic. And if it's not exactly the same tone, I don't mind. But so that's what I will try to paint. And here is the drawing that I've made. It's a bit, oops, sorry. It's a bit subtle. Oh, and before I start, let me share just very, very briefly something that I learned this week. Have you ever painted under leaves like this? I used these Primateks. It's not very successful, but I have to learn. And ideally, you would need all the nerves and everything, but I have to find the exact proportion. Okay, I will show you next day probably. I thought it was so interesting and putting color under the leaf. Anyway, so this is the landscape. Does it show? There's the landscape. Yeah, the drawing I think shows. Okay. So, oops, lost it. Yeah, I have it. So the sky is very soft. I have here some of the complementary colors of these reds. I don't remember exactly which one is I'll wet the sky. Which one is the complementary, like the what's it called? The Leticia, help me. The blue, manganese blue.
Yeah,
Manganese blue is the complementary of what? Of jasper?
Red Jasper.
Yeah. So because I will be using
Minnesota
jasper.
Pipestone. Also
Sorry?
Minnesota. Also
Pipestone?
Minnesota Pipestone is has a manganese blue, the
Mhm.
complementary color.
Well, I'm not sure I will be using the pipestone, but very similar in any case. I will be
Red Jasper
very,
is okay.
very light. Too light because I am using also some red. There are some rays of the sun, let's say, of the sunset. I always like sunsets.
Angela, there's a question in Facebook from
Yes.
Judy. She
Yes.
asked if you added some heavy books or bricks while your leaves were drying. Or will you? Because I know they're
No,
not dry
but
yet.
I should, because as I say, I need to work out the proportion of the paint. Yeah, I think I put too much water. So, but putting something on the leaves would be good, and using a bit less water. I will show you maybe the next day, but you have you use a pouring one of those pouring things to put the color underneath, like this.
Oh, a pipette.
Pipette, yes, or
Yeah.
a needle. You could also use a needle, very soft. But here are my mixes. I guess they are not thick enough. But I have to try. I will try and investigate more leaves, nicer shapes, some flowers. I saw that and I thought, oh, I want to try that. So here some details of, suggested clouds. You see how well they mix? The manganese and the, no, this is not red jasper. Which one is it? It's the Sedona. Wow. Strong color, as you have seen.
The complementary color of Sedona is cerulean blue chromium.
Yeah, I thought so. Well, I'm not going to use the cerulean at the moment, but
Just in
thank
case.
you. Thank you. Letty. Okay. And now, this is my favorite brush for some of these things. Let me wet the surface. This is very dark, so I didn't want to mix it with, I didn't want to wet it at the same time. maybe I can wet the mountains on the front. There is these soft mist or clouds. You see in the middle. So it's very atmospheric. If some colors go to the sky, no problem. But this Sedona is fantastic for these textures, these mountain textures. Let me see. I may start with one and then go gradually darker. Here. Oh yes, I love that. And mix with a little bit of the burnt tiger's eye. It's here. The burnt tiger's eye, that will darken it. A bit more. I cannot use so much water because it will be too watery. I will use more of the burnt tiger's eye and a little bit of red jasper. I like that color. And here, yeah, I have to do all that area. It is atmospheric, so I should water this bit. Use some water to erase the edges. Make it a bit more atmospheric. And here, I think I'll use some blue also, and this, the dark color here. Darker, we need darker. Now, I think that now it's better.
Angela,
Yes, there?
is that lunar black?
No, lunar blue.
Ah, lunar blue. Okay, thank you.
Lunar blue and burnt tiger's eye mixture, the two. And I can use this mix also to make some shadows here. I think it looks good, so it will give unity. As you know, I love lunar blue. It's not a complementary of any of these, but even so. And especially, yeah, I will use also a little bit of Piemontite, which is quite dark. Piemontite here. And now, of course, the brush with water. This is hot pressed. The swatches were done in cold pressed, but this is hot pressed. So it lifts very, very easily. It lifts very well. And here also, create the atmosphere. Okay, now, so here, in theory, we have a very light color atmosphere. Not at the bottom, at the very bottom now. This is dry. I realize now that this is dry paper, but no, not a problem because I'm using a lot of water on the brush. I'll remove a little bit, and because this will be much darker, that is not a problem. And now the moment of truth. the dark mix. Now I'm going to wet it. Just a second. Wet brush. And my choice now, it's Piemontite, of course. And some, yeah, the mix I was using before with burnt tiger's eye and some blue. Very thick, here very, very thick, because I want it to be dark.
Just a few moments and then we go to Benique. Thank you, Angela.
Yeah, perfect. I will continue painting and I can show you at the end. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Change. We can go to Benique table. Welcome, Benique.
Hi, Benique.
We don't hear any sound from Benique, so maybe you can fix the sound.
There.
Okay now?
Yep.
Yes.
How you are?
Hi everyone.
Hello, Besnick.
Hi John, hi everyone. Thank you always guys for sharing such a beautiful mixes as we always do. So in meantime, I did some mixes here with these beautiful Primateks. In this part, I mixed red jasper and tiger's eye in this square. It did very beautiful granulation. I like the effect. I propose it for anyone to use this combination for any landscape, of course, by adding some greens, but even like this, it remains in very nice earthy colors. In the second square, it's burnt tiger's eye and Piemontite. It makes very beautiful effects of granulation, and I like the combination of the both colors. And the third square, it's three of these Primateks that we are using tonight. It's Minnesota Pipeline, Sedona, and Tiger's Eye. I prepared the other ones, so I will be mixing in this square red jasper, Sedona, and I will be adding, as usual, sorry guys, I always like to add some other complementary color. I'm going to add Fuchsite Genuine in this square and combine them in the other squares. So first, I'm going to wet the paper. This square, and just play with the color. First, I'm going to use the red jasper. Yeah. Then I will go with Sedona. It's in this part. And as a third color, I will add Fuchsite. And use a bit of gravity, and let's see what happens. Of course, I'm going to spray it a little bit. I'll leave this square to react. Then I will go to the second one. I will go directly with Fuchsite. On dry paper. Now I'm wetting the this part on bottom. Then I will play with the tiger's eye. Tiger's eye is here. And then I will add Piemontite. Piemontite is here. I will mix here. I love this mix. Leave it to react. And in the third square, I will go with Minnesota Pipeline, Burnt Tiger's Eye, and Fuchsite. So Minnesota is here. I will start with Minnesota Pipeline. It's the first color. I'm gonna wet the, just randomly playing, not all totally wet, the square. I want to see how it's going to react like this. Now I will play with Sota. I will leave it like this. I like this brush stroke. I will go with Burnt Tiger's Eye. It's here. We'll add here. Just this part. And only tiny amount of Fuchsite. I will put it on top. And maybe just here. Okay, I'll leave it like that. If anyone has any proposal to do any mixes, I can do in some other paper. Or we can go further with the other brand ambassadors, and I will be playing with these colors.
What is the blue? Can you tell? I don't remember.
The bluish green, it's Fuchsite genuine.
Ah, okay.
And also it has some mica, Angela, some glitter.
Yeah.
It's very beautiful. I love it. See, this is.
Yeah.
I like these two squares. They are inspiring me to do some bigger size painting with this combination.
Mm-hmm.
So I prepared another one, but I won't be doing like in squares, but I will go directly in this A4 paper.
Come back for your second piece, Besnick, after Buffy. We're seeing Buffy's beautiful swatching. Buffy.
Yeah, okay.
There. Hi, Buffy.
Hello, everybody. Hi, everybody. I missed you.
Hi, Buffy.
Hi, Buffy.
Here are those colors that are just swatched out. The Tiger's Eye, Burnt Tiger's Eye, Minnesota, Piemontite, Sedona, and Red Jasper. And I think my favorite is always going to be the Piemontite. If you mix this with, for instance, some Rossiana Light or an ochre color and maybe put a little bit of our gold in it, you can get the perfect color of sand. So this is a great mixer. I did a quick little silly sketch of some rocks, and I just thought I would play with the colors to fill some of these rocks in, because these highly granulating colors, they'll paint the rocks for us. So here, Here's the tiger's eye. Look how pretty they are. Here's the burnt tiger's eye. And I sketched with an ink that I made. You just fill up an inkwell with some watercolor and add water, and then you can use it as ink. So this is Payne's Blue Gray and Enviro-Friendly Brown mixed together. It makes a beautiful ink. I love how subtle some of these colors are too. Some of them are softer and some of them more powerful, like the Primatek here. But you can also borrow, pull it down, and get lighter versions of it. This one is the Sedona. I think the one that surprised me was the red jasper. I think I overlooked this color. I always thought it was just going to be another kind of red sienna type color, but it's super granulating and earthy.
It is, yeah.
It's a really cool color. What if I did, what if I took some of it and used it as the ground? Let's see how that would look. Isn't that pretty? Look at it washed. Look at that washed out. That's neat. I wonder how the tiger's eye. Ooh, look at that instant dirt. Thank you, Daniel Smith Colors. Do you know how hard it would be to draw dirt, right? Draw all the cracks and stuff. I'm being silly, but seriously, these colors are really fun to play with. I don't know how much the camera picks it up, but they're just really pretty. So you could also put some of the darker bit for shadow. Fun project. Something you could do with kids too. Just sketch the rocks for them and then have them color them in. That could be a great way to get children interested in art. Giving them success-oriented classes.
You're giving me an idea because I've been asked to teach a group of kids. So
Oh, yeah.
great idea. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Set them up for success and they'll be hooked.
Yeah.
I used to teach children's classes, and I felt sometimes some of the parents would expect way too much out of the kids. And it made the kids feel frustrated and all that, you know? So, yeah, giving them something that they can just really enjoy and play. They're so
free.
fearless, right?
Yes, and feel free because they are still free as a kid.
That's exciting, Angela. You're going to have so much fun.
Yeah. You know, they asked me to judge like a competition. They had a competition with them, and I was amazed. They did, I think they did plein air, and then they finished it in the school. But the amazing way they painted the church, I thought, oh, I cannot draw that well. You know.
That's so
They
cool.
are small.
They're exciting too because kids are fearless and they see the world through their, you know, their eyes. And so it's so nice to do art with them and get inspired again. Remember what it was like to paint with just complete abandon and without having fear of failure. Yeah. Really quick, one more thing. I'm just going to get the rest of the background wet and I'll show you guys a quick fun thing you can do as well. I like that part. I don't want to mess it up. Is you can get your spray bottle and put a bunch of color in it, shake it up, and get your own mood spray. So this one I named Storm. It's French ultramarine, Payne's blue gray, Chinese white, and lunar blue. And watch.
Oh my God.
You can get a little bit.
Resources, my God.
But if you want texture, you want to add, because all of these were kind of in the red world, right?
Yeah.
Look at the texture now. So fun. So fun. Thanks for letting me share. I missed you guys. It was nice to hop on real quick.
Thank you, Buffy. Just a
You're welcome.
side comment. I cannot help but notice Patrice Connelly's location. I think she's outdoor and painting along. It's a beautiful day there for you, Patrice, right? Oh, your mic is off. I hope you can share your piece later if you are painting along.
Just experimenting, and I'm here in Utah, where we never got winter this year.
Lovely day for you. Thanks, Patrice.
Patrice, we're all just experimenting. You're in
Yeah.
good company.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. See? It's a beautiful combination.
I was
Okay,
going
now
to
we wanna-
add, oh,
Sorry, Anna, go ahead.
no, I was just going to add about what Buffy said about remembering being fearless, and that's exactly what we do every Thursday here.
Aw.
And I just
Yeah.
love it. Thank you.
What city are you in?
I am in San Sebastian in Spain.
Yeah. There will be a Peruvian friend in Gijón. I thought you maybe lived in Gijón, but no.
Thank you, Anna. We'll just
Thank you.
quickly go back to, we have a few minutes okay, before we spotlight everyone's work and then invite the rest if anybody wants to share their artwork. Okay, now David is ready. We'll put David's first. Which
Yes,
colors
Mr.
are involved here, David?
I had all of them except for the red Jasper on dot cards.
Wow. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Reminded me of Utah or Arizona.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Very
Absolutely.
nice.
Thanks for sharing. And now moving on to Anna.
Oh, yes, here. This is what I did. Well, this is my swatch cards as usual. And something that I was gonna say is that not that they're the most granulating, but this set is like uniformly super granulating. You know, like other sets that we've been seeing before, some of them are and some are not so much. These are all super duper. Look at that.
Oh,
They are. Wow.
They are
Nice.
incredible. And I did this today, and I got acquainted with a stinging nettle. And,
Oops.
You got
and,
acquainted.
and this is
Oh, it's
inspired.
similar to what I've done, like the outline of a leaf, isn't it? Leaves?
Yes, and I was going to mention something else, but this was inspired with Lowell, that she was doing something like that, but this is as far as I got. She does this beautiful thing with shapes.
Yeah.
And what you said, Angela, I did it just so you don't feel bad. I did a similar thing sometime, and look at the mess of leaves, putting them with the paint.
Yeah, they need I think thicker paint. I need to find the exact proportion.
Yeah, so but then here, look, and this I did with Piemontite,
Oh,
and look how
fantastic.
pretty. But this was painted directly and not with
Yeah, positively, right? Yeah.
yeah, not like pressing, but I think I'm going to experiment with what they said about putting books, and maybe that's a great idea, because otherwise you'll get a mess like this one. I mean, it's a fun mess, read and see, fearless, like they say.
How many journals have you created so far for the live session, Anna? Many.
Well, before they were mixed, but right now I think I have like almost 4. Yes.
Oh, 4. Would be lovely to see them shared on your socials. Like, I know we're noticing a few more like who followed Ashley's project, documenting every live session, Thursday live sessions in particular. And so it becomes like for John, notebook for John's live class.
Yeah, so like
Oh, Rajat, look at
like
that.
that. And
Beautiful.
so yeah, they're
Wow.
backwards.
Fantastic. I remember, yes.
So yeah, it is Oh, John, that's
I love
and
John. That
Carrie.
was so cool.
Can we see that again?
So
That's so
they're
cool.
super fun to go and see. I'm ready for tomorrow for the one in tomorrow.
Anna,
So
for
yeah,
Donna. Yeah, yeah. Well,
yes.
thank you,
Donna, yeah.
Anna.
Thank you for letting me
Thank
share,
you.
and thank
Okay,
you all for sharing.
welcome,
Very nice.
Diane. Which colors are those?
Can't talk too well. Red jasper, Primatek, and what's the other one? Red jasper, Primatite, and red fuchsite.
It's beautiful mood.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you, thank you, Diane, and thank you, David, and of course, Anna. So now we're gonna have a quick look of everyone's artwork. Going back to Geo. Wood effect.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these are the
Yes.
combination with only using this sequence. It starts for the first red jasper and the line begins with Barsairai, Minnesota, and Piemontite for another effect. For the light effect, Sedona and Minnesota, and this is Piemontite, and for the dark side is Bar Tiger Eyes, and for the light side Red Jasper. And this is the two Tiger Eyes only inverted. The first is Tiger Eye, and the dark line is Bar Tiger's Eye. And the inverted obtained is another effect.
Very nice.
And
Very
your
nice.
beautiful brushstroke, thus creating the wood effect.
And all the color
Yeah.
combination obtain this.
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, just
Yeah, it's
start
very
to add more
Awesome.
frames. So Erkin has proceeded to do an artwork.
I added
And
some, but didn't finish
Like
yet.
that, a pineapple.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yes,
lovely.
pine cone.
Very cool.
So
Lovely.
pretty.
One second.
Thank you. Thank you.
then Angela's romantic mountain.
That's
Oh,
nice.
finally, I got some
Oh.
granulation here.
Great work,
That's what I
Angela.
wanted. With Piemontite and yeah, and the burnt tiger's eye. Like that.
That's beautiful, Angela.
Very
Thank you so
beautiful.
much. Thank you. Yeah, I enjoyed very much doing it. It's
Then we
maybe
bring
the
back
last
Besnix
Very
as
beautiful.
well.
Oh yes, I love Benique.
Isn't it?
I mixed. I also added rhodonite here,
Uh-huh.
as you guys see. Very beautiful Primatek.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the mix. Here, added a little bit rhodonite, just like some small accents.
Accents, yes.
Yeah.
And in here, I will be playing as well. So I will share this in our chat room later on.
Very nice.
Thank you, guys.
Very cool.
Thank you.
And final piece for Buffy.
Lots of good texture, huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
So pretty.
oh, you just invented the rocks, right? You just made circles and shapes.
Yeah, I had this little reference. So just next time you guys are around some rocks, you could just to get ideas for shapes. Otherwise, we end up making the same shapes over, you know? So this out on a hike, I took this and just kind of had it off to the side. But once you get going, you'll just make up your own.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love that. And I love the spray idea.
Yeah, it goes on really strong, but then when it mixes with the other colors, it's pretty soft.
Buffy, you're painting rocks with rocks because you're using
Yes.
Primatek.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, I rocked on today.
Okay, we'll put everyone's artworks. Buffy. We can add 3 more. David. There. And Diane's.
Very nice.
And of course, our dear John's frame. There you go.
Fantastic.
Well, not bad at all,
Oh,
I would say.
Very nice.
Guys rock.
It's really
Thank you,
amazing
everybody.
how we're all
Beautiful
working on the
stuff.
same colors, right, John? Yet
Yeah.
same, but not really the same.
No,
Hmm.
each personality is different, right?
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Well, thank you for joining on Thursday. I hope you can be here tomorrow. Thank you. And thank you so much for sharing your artwork. It's really wonderful to see what you do at the end. Really, really like that. Come so far from when we first started, all the pictures were just static pictures to actually showing your art, which was just super wonderful. So thank you for doing that, everybody.
Thank you
See you
for
tomorrow.
Thank you, John.
Bye-bye,
Thank you,
everybody.
John.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
See you.
bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.